Good morning, students. In previous classes, we have learned about various types of forces and their effects. Now we have learned a new topic, that is pressure. The effect of force on a given area is called pressure, which we conclude that pressure depends on two factors, that is force applied and the area over which force acts. So the pressure is defined as force per unit area, and its SI unit is Pascal, which is denoted as capital P and small a. Next one is, the lesser the area of contact of a given body, the more is the pressure exerted by it. Vice versa, the more the area of contact of a body, the lesser the pressure it will exert it. And next one is, the more the force acting on a body, the more the pressure it will exert it. We have just defined pressure in terms of force. Now we have defined in terms of another force called thrust. That is, the force acting on a body perpendicular to its surface is called thrust. Actually, thrust is the total force acting on the surface of a body. So we conclude, also define pressure as thrust per unit area, that is pressure is equals to thrust per unit area. Example of pressure, like it is difficult for us to men walk on sand, but on other hand camel, which is much heavier, can easily walk on sand. This is because a camel has broad feet. Second one is, a school bag has wide strap made of thick cloth so that the weight of bag falls over a large area of the shoulder of the children. Next one is, it is easier to walk on soft sand with flat shoes rather than shoes with sharp heels or a pencil heel. A flat shoes has a greater area in contact with the soft sand, due to which there is lesser pressure on the soft ground. That is why flat shoes do not sink much in soft sand and it is easy to walk on it. Next one is, when a man walk on the ground, the pressure on ground is more than when he is standing. The reason for this, that when a man is walking, then at one time only his one foot is on the ground. Due to this, the weight of man falls on a smaller area of the ground and produces more pressure on the ground. Again, a woodpecker hammers at tree trunk with its beak, which is sharp, pointed and long. The force falls on the small area at the tip of its beak. Hence, due to its large area effect, it can make a hole in the wood very fast. It is easier to cut an apple from a sharper side than a blunt, because the sharper side has a less area. Next one is, the tip of swing needle is made sharp so as to put large pressure on a very small area of a cloth. Similarly, the tires of buses and trucks have broad and double wheels so that the pressure on the tire is reduced and they do not burst. Again, an army tank weighing more than 1,000 tons rests upon the continuous chain. This chain is wide steel belt provided over the wheels of a tank so that they exert less pressure on a ground. Now, pressure in liquids. Now, pressure in liquids, like solids, all liquids and gases apply pressure. Unlike solid, the liquid do not have a definite shape. They take shape of containing vessel. Unlike solid, the pressure in the liquid is not a thrust per unit area. Instead, it depends upon the depth, that is height, and the density of the liquid. And density is defined as the mass per unit volume. What happens when you fill a balloon with water? The walls of balloon bulge outward due to the pressure of the water inside. If you keep on filling water in the balloon, what do you think will happen? The balloon will burst, because the pressure on the walls of the balloon will increase beyond what its walls can withstand. Next one is measuring liquid pressure, and the measuring instrument is known as the manometer. A manometer is a simple device used to measure liquid pressure. It is a U-shaped glass tube which is fixed to wooden board having a scale, and that U-tube is filled with colored water such as limbs are half filled. One end of the U-tube is open. Measuring liquid. Next topic is measuring liquid pressure in different direction at same time. And consequences of liquid pressure are We know that the pressure exerted by water in the ocean increase with depth. Very deep down, the pressure is enough to crush the human body. That is why deep sea divers wear a special suit which can withstand such high pressure and prevent their bodies to crush. Also, submarines are built of hard thick sheet of metal to withstand the high pressure under water. Now, second topic is pressure in air, and pressure in air is measuring by a instrument known as barometer. Measuring is atmospheric pressure. An instrument called barometer is used to measure atmospheric pressure. It consists of long and thin tube filled with mercury and closed at one end. The open end of the tube is placed in a small trough full of mercury, and the pressure exerted by air on the mercury of trough is able to hold certain height of the mercury column. When the air pressure is low, the mercury will move down, and when the air pressure increases, the height of the mercury column increases. We can measure the pressure by the weight of the mercury column in mm of Hg. Hg is the symbol of mercury. At sea level, it is 760 mm of Hg. Making use of air pressure in daily life. First one is filling medicine in a dropper and ink in a fountain pen. Next one is filling medicine in a syringe. Other example is air pressure helps in drinking with a straw. Also, air pressure helps in making a fountain. All these examples are based on the air pressure or atmospheric pressure. Next one is air pressure forces liquids through a siphon. Air pressure can push the things. Various atmospheric pressure. The atmospheric pressure changes from place to place and time to time. This is due to change in temperature and quantity of the water vapor in the air. And the atmospheric pressure at a place is due to the weight of the air above it. Therefore, the pressure will decrease as we go higher above the sea level. Thus, the atmospheric pressure decreases with increasing altitude.